have you seen what's been going on over the pond there in the UK with
I'm loving
our
it, dude.
British brothers and
I'm loving
sisters?
it.
Are my previous overlords the Londoners? What? So, what? I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened here. Someone went into a daycare. Was it a Muslim? Was it?
I have no idea, but apparently this Muslim guy stabbed like 9 kids or something. I'm not sure where it was, but I think the number was 9 kids.
Did they die?
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess the act of it enough is reprehensible, right? Going around and stabbing kids. So.
But long story short, because this guy did this stabbing, you have like all these riots across England right now, where these people are like smashing cars, doing the whole BLM riot in 2020 thing, but in the UK version of the riots, and it's gotten to the point where they even have like counter rioters. So you had the original wave of rioters who were like protesting against the stabbing guy, and then after they had a riot, like some of these Muslim people in the community started like counter rioting against them as well. So it's like you just like have these waves of fucking riots against each other. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of cool. Are they in like classical revolutionary era formations, taking turns with
no,
with
it's
their
just
attacks and retreats?
It's just fat pub boomers going up and punching random people.
Gammons, some gammons and roadmen taking on some of the their new neighborly immigrants. That is funny. It is funny actually. Now that we're talking about this, the comparison between rioting there and rioting here. Over here, it's just lighting up gigantic bonfires, massive vandalism, violence, muggings, roving gangs. And over there, it's I don't even know if they like getting lines across from each other. They'd be like, you fucking like you run and stab them. Like, what are you doing, mate? Like, it's just so funny. It's like you fucking muzzies, go back.
You fucking stab these fucking girls. You twat.
I twat.
Fucking twat. It's the day you stab these fucking girls.
I should give you something to stab, So the question I've been asking is, why now? Okay, this has been going on in your country. This massive immigration.
Well.
Go ahead.
Not a very unique take, I will admit, but it's very clear, at least to me, that, and I hate using this word, but it is a psyop, and it's a psyop in the sense that the alleged people, these Muslims and whatever, they've been doing this stuff for years. But you tell me now they're suddenly organizing mass protests? If this was an organic thing, they would have done this in 2016. Remember 2016 where New Year's Eve, 1,300 women were raped by a certain flavor of immigrant? Why wasn't there fucking riots then? Ask yourself, what exactly?
There weren't riots when there were train bombings either.
Yeah, what's the difference? You telling me 1,300 women isn't enough to fucking get riots, but 9 kids getting stabbed is? I don't know. I mean,
I think it's the severity of the crime, maybe, that's making them focus in on it. It's salacious, someone running in and it's senseless, killing or stabbing 9 kids. But this is what's happened in your country. In America, we realize that we have a plague and try to do something about it. In 2016, it's too late. Trump didn't do enough to stop the spread, not in a COVID sense, but a cultural immigrant sense. But and I mean, it was already long gone before that. If I were to put it in the realm of conjecture, but over there, I mean, they have had an active part in voting into this, in agreeing to this. I mean, this is the byproduct of showing how not racist you are. This is what you're left with. So it changed the complexion of your small towns. It's changed the complexion of your country, and this is what you're gonna have to live with. And now you're throwing a tantrum over it by throwing trash cans and fighting with the people who, I don't know, charge them for their television or wherever that goes. So, oh my goodness. I did see some videos of someone getting arrested for things they posted on Twitter. That's pretty funny.
I mean, that's been happening for a while. That's been happening for a while. I know. I remember watching a few years ago. Okay,
they're fine with that too, I guess.
Yeah, I remember watching a video a few years ago. Like, these police officers rock up to some guy's house. They're like, "Yeah, mate, did you post this on Facebook? Yeah." And the guy's like, "Yeah, fuck. And what about it?" But yeah, it's like, you need to really ask yourself, what exactly is this riot accomplishing? But by rioting in the streets, is this going to deport any migrants, or is this riot really just a pressure release valve for the right wing? And afterwards, the leftist majority government, which is in power right now, is going to say, okay, you got it all out of your system. Okay, good. Now you're going to go jail for 15 years before terrorism charges.
Oh, that's what I was wondering when I was looking at it. It's going to be like another, sixth event where all
Yeah,
these people
yeah.
are tracked on CCTV. They participated in racist, I don't think they are, but according to who knows, the House of Lords or the Crown or whatever the governmental body is over there, they
For House
participated
Targaryen.
in a race. Yes, exactly. He took the words right out of my mouth. There's that they participated in these destructive racial riots, and
Yeah.
that those people are probably going to be in huge trouble. I mean, it's a country where you can get in trouble for what you post on Twitter, so why would that not happen? But I will say I am ignorant. I've only been to London. I was there for about a week. I thought it was great. I didn't see, maybe it's just because I was around, I was actually around a lot of the city for a bit, even some like lesser tread ones away from the central area, but I didn't really see any immigration impact there. I guess it's because I'm desensitized to it because I'm American. But I think a lot of the issues are stemming from these more rural or greater London area towns that have really, really been invaded.
I think you went to the
10 years.
touristy areas, which could explain why you didn't see that much people there,
Yeah. No, that would make sense to me. So,
the thing is, though, this entire situation is tough because I fundamentally agree with the writers that yes, these Pakistani or whatever migrants are responsible, and yes, a lot of them should be fucking deported. But this entire fiasco is sort of like putting the limelight on the dumbest bunch of fucking morons I've ever seen. I want to read this tweet out from this writer that I saw tweet out a few hours ago. This tough guy, right? He tweets out, yeah, I want to be very clear. If you are a third world migrant, go home. In a few years, our countries will be run by nationalists and we will begin deporting foreigners. Make no mistake, we will be ruthless. We don't care how long you've been here. We don't care that your kids are in school and have made lots of friends. We don't care about your job, your house, your dog, or your life here. And we don't care about the piece of paper given to you by the government saying you can stay. We will bend and break the rules to get you out as fast as possible, the same way you all entered. Don't say that you weren't warned. It's like, okay, well, this guy's retarded, right? Like this, he's delusional. And I almost want to say to this guy, hey, bud, I love the enthusiasm, but why don't you take a seat and let your higher IQ compatriots handle this situation? Huh? How about that?
Yeah, that prose is a little aggressive there. I don't think anything's gonna come of that. So it is funny because that's the way people were talking in my country too, especially after the Trump shooting. They said things like, and I thought it was funny. It's like, you have 6 months. You have 6 months. I loved it. Keep going with that energy. Are you kidding me? People love that. Voters secretly love that. They like certainty, okay, and they like brashness, okay. But there's a certain point, especially what you're talking about, when they try and sound overly concise and like definitive. Yeah. And they're just normal people. It's like, relax. You're not in a movie. You're not giving some huge. That's also why I hated this stupid part in Andor that bothered me. This is a mega tangent. But in Andor, there's this leader of the rebel resistance who's leading a double life, and it's Skarsgård is the actor, and he gives this this long, incredible, loquacious speech that it's so garrulous. It's too much, and the guy's just sitting there watching him give this speech the whole time, and everyone's like, "Oh, he deserves an Emmy or an Oscar or whatever it is for daytime television for that speech." And I'm like, are you guys ever able to find relatability to just like normal conversation, or are you just locked in a movie world forever? The guy just spoke for like 5 minutes on some ridiculous speech that like no one would in real life. Do you think that's what people in the military are doing? Are just giving these like long speeches out honor?
Is that the part where like Andor asked the guy like, "What do you sacrifice?" And the guy's like, "Everything," Is that the one?
So you're partially right. Andor doesn't ask him that, but it's just a random like Imperial agent who's,
right.
kind of like feeding him information, and it's like. relax, okay? You know, like that just it took me out because it's like here's my huge moment where it's like so verbose and it's acted so well and the script writing's so amazing, but it's like
That's a really
no one
good point.
talks like that in real life. No one
That's a
talks
really
like
good
that
point,
in
dude.
Star Wars life.
You watch all these videos of the riots and stuff, and you can't help but see people that want their moment. You know, it's
Yes,
almost like
so true.
they want to vent and smash cars and punch police officers and be in the limelight, than actually enact real political change. You know what I mean?
Honestly, Tyson, you're kind of walking into something that's an explanation for what most of the left does, because the right has a vector of religion. Okay, so they're able to find value in their life through faith. On the left, activism is their religion. It's how they find value in themselves in a lot of ways, because they believe they're helping themselves or their fellow man, but they also use it as a soapbox for themselves and their own ego. So what you're saying makes more sense than you even know. It's